Korean slang and colloquial expressions. We'll let you know the most commonly used Korean expressions in English. Hello, how are you guys doing? We'll be starting with the 16th expression today, and that expression is 군발이. 군발이 is a soldier or a soldier boy. It's a term used to refer to a military man or a woman in a derogative way. The Korean definition of it is 군인을, a soldier, 낮잡아, disparagingly or derogatorily 부르는 말, a way of calling it. Alright, let's go on to the first dialogue of the day. 태근 says, 나 영장 나왔다. I got the draft notice from the army. 민효 goes, 너도 이제 군발이가 되는구나. Now you will be one of those soldier boys. 태근 says, 그러게, 나도 이제 좋은 시절 끝났다. Well, yes, I guess my glory days are over now. Then 민효 goes, 조금만 참아, 2년 금방이야. Just try to hang in there. 2 years go by really quickly. You know how in Korea, it's mandatory for every man to serve in the military for about 2 years if they are a Korean citizen, unless they are waived from the obligation for physical or some other exceptional reasons. So basically, all the boys, when they reach a certain age, like 20 or so, they are all supposed to join the military service, and there's a huge controversy over those who somehow manage not to serve in the military using money or power or whatever that may be. And that issue is just too big and complicated to talk about in this lecture. So let's just move on to the next expression of the day. The second expression for the day is 교포. 교포 is Korean residents abroad, or a Korean who lives abroad and possibly has citizenship in the country where he or she lives. And the Korean definition of it is 외국에서, in a foreign country, 오래 살아서, live for a long time, 그 나라의 시민권을 가진, has citizenship of that country, 한국 사람, a Korean. And the dialogue goes like this. 나라 says, 한국말이 조금 서투시네요. Your Korean is a little awkward. Then 미지 goes, 미국 교포라서 그래요. That's because I'm a Korean American. 나라 goes, 언제 이민 가셨어요? When did you move there? Then 미지 goes, 거기서 태어났어요. I was born there. Well, this particular expression kind of describes who I am, because I am what they call 교포. More specifically, I'm 재미교포, which means 교포 who is from or lives in the US. And this kind of 교포 is also known as Korean American. And for those gyopos who live in Japan, they are called 제일교포. But normally we don't put these prefixes like 재미 or 제일 in everyday uses unless you want to specify where they are from. Okay, the next expression is 왕따. 왕따 is an outcast, a bullied person. And in Korean, it means 학교나 직장에서, in school or at work, 주변 사람들에게, by other people, 집단적으로, collectively or as a group, 따돌림을 당하는 사람, a bullied person or a person who is treated as an outcast. Let's move on to the dialogue. Duna says, 나 학교 안 갈래. I'm not going to school. Then 진섭 goes, 왜? 어디 아파? Why? Are you sick? Then Duna says, 우리 반 애들이 나하고는 얘기도 안 해. 나 왕따야. My classmates won't talk to me. I'm an outcast. Then 진섭 goes, 나쁜 아이들이네. 근데 왜 너하고 얘기도 안 하는 건데? They're bad. But why is it that they won't talk to you? Duna says, 나도 몰라. I have no idea. Then 진섭 goes, 참으로 안타깝구나. I'm terribly sorry about that. Well, I don't know exactly when or how people first started to use the word 왕따, but in case you're wondering about composition of this word, the literal meaning of the first syllable 왕 is king. Koreans tend to use this word as a prefix to emphasize or intensify the word that follows, usually about size. For example, 왕새우 is a jumbo shrimp, and wangami is a large spider. And if someone calls you 왕발, that means you have big feet. So if you apply this rule to 왕따, 왕따 is like calling someone a big 따. And 따 in this case comes from the phrase 따돌림을 당하는 사람, which we talked about earlier in the definition. Okay, let's move on to the next expression. The word is 양아치. 양아치 is a small-time gangster or a two-bit delinquent or a bully. And the Korean definition is 품행이, conduct or behavior, 천박하고, vulgar or crude, 못된 짓을, an evil deed, a misdemeanor, 일삼는, do something habitually, 사람 또는 불량배, a person or a thug or a bully. And let's see how it's used in the dialogue. 만수 says, 동네 양아치들하고 어울려 다니지 마라. Don't hang out with those two-bit delinquents. Then 신철 goes, 지금 내 친구들 보고 양아치라는 거야? Are you calling my friends two-bit delinquents? Then 만수 says, 맞잖아, 아니야? Well, aren't they? Then 신철 says, 너 좀 맞아야겠다. I'm going to have to punch you. Then 만수 says, 아이고, 양아치들하고 어울리더니 폭력적이 됐네. Oh my god, you have become violent just like those guys you hang out with. Well, the word 양아치 is always used in a derogative way. So if you call someone 양아치, they will get upset for sure. So try not to call anyone 양아치 unless you are talking about someone behind their back. Okay, the next expression is 일진. 일진 is a gang of bullies or delinquent teenagers in elementary, middle, high school, and the Korean definition is 학교, 초등학교, 중학교, 고등학교에서 in school, 싸움 잘하고, good at fighting, 불량스러운, delinquent, 학생 집단, a group of students. And let me read the dialogue for you. 채영 says, 난 고등학교 때 학생회장이었다. 넌? I was the class president in high school. How about you? 은님 goes, 난 일진이었어. I was in the school gang. Then 채영 says, 진짜? 전혀 안 그래 보이는데. Really? You don't strike me as a gangster. Then 은님 says, 그럴 거야. 지금은 많이 변했거든. I know. I've changed a lot. Then 채영 says, 싸움도 잘했어? Were you good at fighting? Then 은님 goes, 내가 짱이었어. I was the toughest of them all. Well, when I was young, we didn't use the term 일진. I think it's relatively a new word. So when someone uses the word 일진, it's kind of difficult for me to relate this word to my own experience. I guess that's how it goes with the language. You know, how language is very dynamic and always changing. And that's the fun of it. Alright, so that'll be it for today. I'll catch you guys in the next lecture. Have an awesome day.